Hello again to my YouTube channel again. Well, I decided to start in a new playlist in my YouTube channel. So this playlist it will be about SQL. So as we know, all anyone want to work in the area of data, can be data scientist or data analyst or data engineer, something like that. We need to master this kind of concepts and tools. Why? Because in most of time, the data that we gonna face in enterprises, it will be stored in server, local server, and it will be like a relational databases. For this reason, we need to have fundamental basics in this uh, tool. And also, someone can ask about the AI, the wave of AI that we have, artificial intelligence, sorry, the LLMs that we have, large language model. But uh, we need to understand that. Why? Because if we write in some prompt or something like that, and in the future we want to scalable our project, we need to understand how these things work. Cannot just write in a prompt and generate the code to work. But in the future, when the data is coming scalable, at this time, if we don't have fundamentals, at this time we're gonna face the struggles. And also, that's give us also the ability to optimize our projects. So especially when we're working in big queries, uh, or we have a lot of contributor in the most of case. So because if we work in this kind of project, we have a lot of computer contributors, we can have stakeholders, we have data analysts for each field or each department. We have data engineer, data scientists, and all those people send some queries, and we need to we need to have techniques. We need to have some tricks to optimize our queries. Well, the SQL is still important skill, the important tool in the area of data. As I told you before, anyone want to have uh, building a path in this area should have mastered this kind of things. Well, for this session, so I decide to start in with a basic clause that we have in the area of SQL. Okay, I will show you how we can interact data. It's like DQL or data query languages. We have a lot of types, of course, of these the languages. Can we have a control, we have manipulation of data, we have. But for today, I decide to start in with the basic one. We need to have an idea about the data how it's work because in most of time we're gonna have some databases just for training like that we have here in MySQL. We have some default databases like Word, I will show you that now. Okay, we'll show you now how we can use select. We have from, ordered by, group by. We have having, we have where for filtering. All these things is necessary to know it before trying to jump in the advanced concepts like subqueries, like indexes, like CTA, like window functions. So like joins, the type of joins that we have. All these things I will create step by step. But for today, as I told you before, I will try to start in with the basic ones here. Well, I will show you now. So we have data. Okay, we can apply the role of data analyst now. We have some built databases here. I will show you now. So we just try to make ourselves in some complex scenarios, something like that. Well, how we can trace that? So in our case here, I work with the workbench of MySQL. We have Postgre as the open source. We have also SQL Server for free version. But for the training purpose, I just try to work now for this MySQL branches. And for the next tutorials, I will also work with SQL Server. So here to work with some data. So we have a lot of databases here. I want first choosing the data or the databases I want. Here in my case, for example, I will show all the databases I have in my server. Okay, with this command of show databases, I run now. So here I have all these databases now. So in my case, we have information schema, we have MySQL, we have performance, Sakela, sysworld. Here I want just choosing um, some some databases. Here in our case, I will choose Word, Word databases. So if I run now, okay, databases work. I will now show or see the tables that we have inside of these databases. Well, we have show tables. So this is the tables that we have inside of Word databases. Okay, if I try to choosing some table here randomly, I will choose in the country, for example. You see all the columns that we have here in this table. I can write in this or describe, okay, this country. If I run it now, it will see all the tables that they have. So as we see with me, we have code, we have name, content, print, surface area. Okay. So we have here independent, and we have also the type in the second column. As you see with me, we have the type, and we have these constraints that we have here. We have none. So for none, we refuse uh, to don't accept any data. It's not for each column that we have here. I will discuss that deeply in the next tutorial when we try to creating the databases also on. So here for this code, it's a primary key as we see here, we have key is a primary. Okay, we have default value when we don't try to insert some data at this time. What is the default value that we can return for each field? For our case here, we have continent field, we have Asia as a default value. We have extra, we don't have any data here. Well, we still working in this table of country. So let's check some data that we have here in this country table. Okay, we want just uh cho choosing some data. Here we have a close of limits. If we want to limit in records, so in our case, let's just choosing three. Okay, I want three records, three rows. Well, I run it. So this is the result that what I get here. Okay, we have here the data. As you see with me, we have columns, and we have data in each column here as we see with me. Okay, so this is the first DQL that we can use to check our data. So in my case here, we are selecting the start from control limits. So selecting just to interact with the tables that we have start here because we want to return all the fields or all the columns that we have in our table. But if here we have this, or if I want just to selecting some field, it's okay also. Okay, we have, if I want just to choosing two columns. Okay, so which is on it. So just I selecting just the columns here. Okay, we use this syntax. We have select and the name of a column that we want. Okay, from the name of table. Okay, here if I want just selecting all or return all the data, we can just uh so remove this limit constraint. Okay. Well, as we see with me now, okay, here, of we, so we run all this, so this is all the data we have here, okay. Uh, Now, if I want to filter the data, we have some specific clause that we use to filter the data. Is where. Yeah, we'll show you now the syntax of working with where. So select data from country table. So where I want to return just the data that we have in so here let's trace in the continent. We have con so we have continent is equal to let's trace in Asia, for example. Okay, want just the countries that we have in this continent of Asia. So there he is. So if we check in now this field of continent, so we have the Asia as we see all these countries that's returned each from or is a part of the continent of Asia. Okay, here we have these clauses where just to filter the data based on some conditions that we want. Okay, we have a lot of things to do here. Well, so let's create another queries content to conditions, for example. So let's selecting again this from country. We have continent is equal to Asia. And so we have also this clause of and if we want to if we want if we want to trade into conditions, okay, and match between two these conditions, at this time we have the ability to write in this clause of and. So let's trace in and the here is equal to, for example, 1191919. Okay. So we want to return just the countries that verify these both conditions. We have to continue here and we need the independent year is equal to 1919. Okay. So let's run this query. So we have just here one country is Afghanistan. Okay. Both. So here uh also, so for this where clause, we have the ability to write in with another format. Let's show you how. Uh, let's choosing one condition of year, for example, and we have the ability to write it like a tuple. Tuple here between brackets in Python, of course, is like a data structure. I will show you now how we can write it. select start from country. So where um so in the peer in we have this clause of in, and we put between parentheses the years that we have. We want just two conditions. Let's trace in this 1956 and another year of 19, example 1975. So we want to return the countries that have this independent year between this or content this. We have two values. So let's write and check the values that we gonna get. Okay. So this is here all the years. If we go to check it, this independent year, we have all these countries content is 2 years. Okay. We have just 2 years, 1956 and 1975. Okay. Well, so we have also the ability to write in another clause. If you want to return a range or using the range, okay, so selecting starts from country, where, so where in the year, for example, between, so I need to return the data between two values here. So this taking the same values here. And 19.5. So I need to return the countries between this range of years of independent. If I run this, I can have, okay, values, all the values we have here between 1976 and 74. Okay, so here, so we have also the ability to using some clause to specify some strings value. So let's try someone. You have select start from country where so I'm choosing the continent, for example, like, so I want to this value returned content a G value. Okay, here what is the purpose of this query is to return all the continent have this alphabet of G. Okay, here. So if I run it, there is no one here. Okay, if I want starting with G, so how many countries or continent have this? No one. So if I choose in A, it will be Africa. There is here as we see with me. Here we have continent of Asia and Africa. We have two and Antarctica. We have three continents have this or verify these conditions of have the first alphabet is A and the rest is not necessary. Okay, if I want choosing this with another in another format, I want the continent content is A in the middle of name. Okay, here. So there is all this continent we have A in North Africa, Asia, Africa, okay. And also we can choose in or change that by name, for example. So, so this is all countries content is in the alphabet of A, okay. In the can be in the middle or in the beginning of the word or name of the country, okay. So here for where conditions, we can also use these where conditions with a query, but in the advanced level, I will discuss that in the next tutorials. Okay. So now, for now, so let's go behind this. So group Y, or group Y close. So where for now we have a questions here to answer it. So let's count. We want the number of the countries that we have in each continent. Okay, let's first trace in the continent. So we have continent, from country. So we want to group by continent. So let's run this query. So as you see with me here, we have the number of countries in each continent based on this database that we have or on this table. Okay, you see with me now. Okay, for Africa, 58 country. Well, this is how we're using group by. Okay. Uh, so let's check in our tables to see how. Let's start from 3, limit 2. So here we can also using some here choose other fields. So see you in the next tutorial. Okay. One discuss in another clauses how we can use it in SQL to manipulate our data. Thank you for watching. See you in next tutorial.